Georgia. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Carolina Panthers.
Sterling Hawkrichter to kick off for the Falcons.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
Taken in the end zone. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Number 22, Christian.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. And he's got room. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
You can script and diagram plays all you want, but no one really envisioned something like that happening this early in the game. How about that run to get things started? Didn't he win NFC Player of the Week last week?
Yeah, he was on fire a week ago, and what a start to this one.
Yeah, no sign of him cooling down at all.
Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mic. Check 11. Check.
Here's Gurley now, out of the gun. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Down and 9.
On 3rd down, Ryan. Trying to force it to his tight end, Walker, and it's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 10-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
2nd and 7.
Second and 7.
Bridgewater. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. A gain there of 21 yards.
A gain of 21 yards.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. McCaffrey on the toss right. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. He's going to look deep for more. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
And this kick will be touchdown as they spot it inside the 45-yard line.
At their own 41-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
At the 42-yard line.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down.
There's a run there by Todd Gurley, and we all know he's looking to rebound from the least productive season of his career. And I think Atlanta presents him a great opportunity to do just that. They'll use him really well running it as well as catching it out of the backfield.
So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. Now it's Ryan. Caught by Jones. He'll have a 1st down inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Falcons 7, Panthers 0.
Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is
rush coming, and he's taken down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. From the gun, Bridgewater. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a first down.
A gain of 22 yards. First down, Carolina.
Panther football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. First down, this is McCaffrey. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. 2nd and 11 at the 41. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Pilardi now on the punt as he sends this one away. And they'll get to this and down it inside the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a handoff for Gurley. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. The tally there, -2 yards. Brings up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
Ready. Hey, 59, ready. 52's the mic. Watch Mike.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
I like what they tried to do there. Tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he could make some yards after the catch and pick up a 1st down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
And this drive will start in enemy territory as that gets out of bounds on this side of the 50.
Falcons 47-yard line.
Mike 42, Mike 42. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 42 to Mike, 42. 42 to Mike. Come on, come get some. Come get some. Come on, come get some. Here.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on 1st. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
DJ Moore.
A gain of 6 there on 1st.
6.
Catch there by DJ Moore, who's really starting to come into his own, and he's one of that pack of receivers in the NFL now that looks like running backs and plays like that as well when they catch the football. Last year, nearly 1,200 yards receiving, 78 yards per game, and that ranked in the top 10 in the league. Expect those numbers to continue to grow.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Bridgewater. He gets it to Thomas.
Bridgewater's pass.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
A gain of 4.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
The Panthers on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
And they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Back to the ground on 1st. It's McCaffrey. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
Here we go, D. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
This is McCaffrey on the give. And he'll go down at the 28.
Christian McCaffrey on the carry. He was brought down at the 28-yard line. It's
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Get him, boy. Get him, boy.
reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
The third down battle won by Atlanta's defense. Solid coverage.
What we've seen so far in this game, they are not going to allow a big shot over the top. You can have whatever you want underneath. They'll give you that, but they're not going to let you beat them deep.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Now, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front seven? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And able to get this out to the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battles.
He's got him in, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. And he gets this one to Ridley, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Right back to him for 10 more and a first.
1st and 10.
I know I'm one of those that overuses certain terms. And this one, explosive, is what we use for a lot of receivers. But that's Calvin Ridley. Nice catch there. And not only is he explosive, he's been very productive. Since being drafted in 2018, one of the top touchdown rates in the league as a wide receiver.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the rookie Jeremy Chin. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. Oh, he'll take a shot from McCaffrey downfield. Christian McCaffrey, last year's catch leader among running backs, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. Earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play because when you take those shots downfield, you open the eyes of the defense to what you could do to them, and that may open some things up for you offensively.
Throwing again, Bridgewater on 2nd and 10. He's going to look deep for more. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they, when they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown, and this one they help force another incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Got his target, Samuel. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
The Panther 1st down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And again, it's Bridgewater. He's going to look deep for more. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
And with a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Bridgewater again. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker.
Deion Jones. Bridgewater's pass intercepted. The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn it into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. On the handoff, it's Gurley. Room here to run. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. Touchdown, Falcons. Todd Gurley with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Falcons will add on to their lead.
Sometimes running plays hit or break so fast, there's no reaction time from the secondary. So I've got to give credit to the offensive line for creating that hole so suddenly. And how decisive was he to take that cut and just go? No one downfield there to stop him.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
45.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a toss. This is McCaffrey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. They'll try to throw here now. Bridgewater. He's going to look deep for more. Oh, he's got some breathing room. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here.
Ready, ready, ready. Here we go, D. Get off the field.
On the counter, Gurley. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Another carry now for Gurley. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he gets us inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Great way to convert on 3rd down there, 21 yards the play. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
It's 2nd and 7 from the 9. Again they run with Gurley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Right at the line.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Gurley. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And that hits off the left upright, and it caroms away, no good. But there is a flag down. He might get another shot at this.
Let's go.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. So now then the penalty's got them set up with a 1st and goal. Here's Gurley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
A
loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
The 7-yard line.
They give it off here to the tight end. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That backs them up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Lost a yard. It's now 3rd and goal.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Here's Gurley now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
A 2-yard gain.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, a chip shot here. So with a 4th and goal looming, we hit the end of 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Jake Elliott on for the field goal. A 23-yard attempt.
The kick by Elliott is good. And that will swell the lead to 16. So they settle for just the 3. But clearly right now, anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. But they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. 2nd down and 12 at the 19-yard line. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. He'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
On the carry.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Bridgewater now. Out to his left. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down.
That is 3 plays and out. It's 4th down.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Carolina. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this ball is going to be touched out just shy of midfield.
At the 49-yard line.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Ito Smith, his first carry. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 at the 48-yard line.
They'll run it again with Smith. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Ryan. A very quick pass to Ridley. And a loose football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Defensively, well done to jar that free. I'll tell you what, though, offensively, he's got to be lucky after the catch and the fumble that didn't go too far away from him.
And the way the football is shaped, it's not built to bounce true, is it? It can squirt in any direction and move in any way. He was so lucky. Thank his lucky stars, he was able to get that one back.
On first down, it's Gurley. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Second and 8. Staying on the ground. This time it's Smith. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
He was brought down.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
They go back to the ground with Smith. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
A first down carry for Smith. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
Brings up second and 12 at the 15-yard line.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Now it's tossed right to Smith. And he'll wind up losing yardage here. Back at They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. Open space inside the 10. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will make this now a 19-point advantage. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down. But don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Yeah, aren't I, though?
And he returns this to the 22.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going from bad to worse as they trail here starting this drive first and 10 in the fourth quarter. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Brings up second and 11 at the 21-yard line.
2nd and 11 now. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And this is going to be back-to-back tackles for a loss here as the Falcons defense yet again drops him behind the line. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
3rd down.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. 3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a Carolina 1st down on a gain of 16.
And there's a catch by Christian McCaffrey, and he plays a huge role in the passing attack. He's caught over 100 passes each of the last 2 years. So he is a defense's nightmare because how do you identify him before the snap on every play? Is he a running back? Is he a receiver? Do you guard him with a defensive back, a linebacker? Whatever you do, he tends to have the answer himself and ends up making big plays.
Today's final score.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it's just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the 2nd half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Falcons, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Carolina, the calendar changed. October didn't help as they dropped to 0-5 on the year. And they'll get a